In 2016, Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx, became the world's youngest self-made female billionaire. When asked what she spends her money on, she laughed and said, "Not bottled water. That's just silly." Wait, the billionaire founder of Spanx won't pay $2 for bottled water? That's when I realized something big. The truly rich live by different rules. And once you learn what they won't spend on, you'll never look at money the same way again. This surprises people. We often think rich people buy the most expensive things: designer clothes, shiny cars, giant houses. But in real life, many wealthy people avoid spending money on things most people assume they love. The truth, rich people don't just save money. They think very carefully about what they buy and what they don't. They understand that every purchase either builds their wealth or chips away at it. That's why they avoid certain items, trends, and habits. Not because they're cheap, but because they're smart. In this video, we'll explore what rich people never buy and why. We'll go beyond the usual advice and dive into fresh, surprising insights that can change the way you spend and think about money. This is about learning how the rich stay rich by being intentional, not impulsive. And you don't need to be rich to start, just smarter. Let's begin. Number 1. The prestige trap: avoiding flashy logos. In 2022, a photo of Mark Zuckerberg went viral. He was wearing a simple gray t-shirt, no brand name, no logo. People were shocked. A billionaire wearing something so plain? But this isn't new. Many rich people choose to wear simple clothes without big logos. Steve Jobs wore the same black turtleneck for years. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett once said he buys most of his clothes off the rack, no fancy brands. They call it stealth wealth, the art of looking ordinary while living extraordinary. Here's why: flashy logos are often about showing off. They send a message: look how much I spent. But truly wealthy people don't need to prove anything. They already know who they are. They value comfort, quality, and confidence, not attention. Also, most brand-name clothes are overpriced. A $50 t-shirt with a logo might only cost $5 to make. The rest of the price? You're paying for marketing, not quality. The wealthy avoid this trap. They don't buy things just to impress others. They focus on what's useful, what lasts, and what feels good. If you want to build wealth, think like them. Stop buying to look rich. Start buying for value. Real confidence doesn't need a label. And this mindset doesn't stop at clothes. Number 2. Depreciating assets: fancy cars for the wrong reasons. Warren Buffett is worth over $100 billion, but he drives a regular Cadillac. Elon Musk has said more than once that cars are just tools, not trophies. And billionaire Mark Cuban? He once drove a beat-up old car even after selling his company for millions. That's because they understand a core principle: living below your means isn't boring, it's how wealth compounds. Why? Because fancy cars lose value fast. This is called depreciation, when something drops in value over time. A brand new luxury car can lose up to 50% of its value in just 3 years. That means a $100,000 car might be worth only $50,000 later, and you never get that money back. Plus, expensive cars often come with high costs: insurance, repairs, special parts, and more. Some rich people say they feel more owned by the car than owning it. Wealthy people don't buy cars to show off. They buy cars to get from one place to another, safely, comfortably, and without wasting money. So if you're dreaming of that flashy sports car to look successful, think again. Rich people know that real wealth doesn't sit in your driveway. It sits in your investments, your savings, and your freedom. Drive smart, not flashy. Number 3. Dream home: disasters, big houses, bigger headaches. Many people dream of owning a huge house with lots of rooms, a big yard, and a fancy kitchen. But here's the truth: rich people are starting to downsize. They're choosing smaller, smarter homes instead of big ones. That's why many are downsizing to save money and escape the trap of lifestyle inflation, where bigger homes quietly drain bigger chunks of your wealth. More space means higher bills: electricity, water, heating, cleaning, and property taxes. You also spend more time fixing things: broken pipes, leaky roofs, or cracked tiles. It becomes a full-time job just to manage the house. Some wealthy people have learned this the hard way. After making millions, former MLB player Daniel Norris chose to live in a van. Actress Kristen Bell lives in a modest home, even though she can afford more. Their reason? Freedom and peace of mind. A big house might look impressive, but it doesn't always bring happiness. In fact, it can bring stress, debt, and clutter. Rich people now prefer homes that are well-designed, energy efficient, and close to work or nature, not just big for the sake of it. Before you buy that dream house, ask yourself, do I need more space or just less stress? Smart living isn't about size. It's about balance. Number 4. Extended warranties and useless insurance. At the checkout counter, you're often asked, would you like to add an extended warranty? It sounds like a good idea, a little extra money for peace of mind. But most rich people say no.
Why?
Because extended warranties are usually a waste of money. They are designed to make stores and companies more profit, not to protect you. Most products, like phones, TVs, or kitchen machines, already come with a free warranty from the manufacturer. And often, things don't break within the time the extra warranty covers. Kevin O'Leary, a millionaire investor from Shark Tank, calls extended warranties the casinos of retail. He means that the odds are against you, just like in a casino. The wealthy also avoid unnecessary insurance, like insuring cheap electronics or buying travel coverage they'll likely never use. Instead, they build an emergency fund, money set aside for unexpected costs. This way, they stay in control without paying for things that rarely happen. Before buying extra protection, ask, is this really needed? Or am I paying out of fear? Rich people don't pay for what-ifs. They plan ahead, and that saves them thousands over time. Because peace of mind should come from your emergency fund, not a receipt. But what about investments that seem smart? Let's talk about those next. Number 5. Fast finance. Get-rich-quick schemes. We've all seen the ads. Turn $100 into $10,000 in a week. Or buy this crypto and retire early. It sounds exciting, but rich people know better. Most get-rich-quick schemes are just that, schemes. In 2023 alone, regular investors lost over $8 billion in risky trades and crypto scams. These fast money promises usually help the person selling the idea, not the person buying in. Wealthy people don't gamble with money. They build wealth slowly, with smart steps. They invest in things like index funds, real estate, or profitable businesses, not hype. They think long-term, not just about next week. If someone promises easy money, ask, if it's so great, why are they selling it to me? So when you see another get-rich-quick ad, ask yourself, is this a financial freedom story or a fantasy? Real wealth takes time. Be patient, stay informed, and avoid shortcuts. Because when it comes to money, slow and steady really does win the race. Number 6. Clean wealth. They avoid anything that complicates life. Rich people don't just look at the price tag. They ask, will this make my life better or harder? Many of them are moving toward something called clean wealth, a lifestyle that focuses on simplicity, peace, and freedom. They avoid buying things that bring stress. That includes gadgets with too many settings, furniture that breaks easily, or items that need constant fixing and upgrading. They know that more stuff means more problems, more cleaning, more repairs, more clutter. People like Jack Dorsey, Twitter founder, and the Airbnb team are known for their minimalist lifestyles. Not because they can't afford more, but because they know less is often more. Even emotions play a part. Too much clutter can raise anxiety and lower focus. So the wealthy often follow simple rules, like the one in, one out habit. If they buy something new, they give something else away. Clean wealth is about minimalist living with maximum freedom, cutting out the chaos, not just the costs. Choosing what adds peace and cutting what causes chaos. Before your next purchase, ask, is this helping my life or just filling space? The richest people don't chase more. They chase clarity. And that's something anyone can start doing today. Being rich isn't just about how much money you make. It's about how you think and what you avoid.
Why?
Because real wealth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's peace of mind, time freedom, and control over your choices. As author Morgan Housel says, wealth is what you don't see. It's the money you didn't spend, the bad deal you didn't fall for, the stress you didn't buy. You don't need millions to start thinking like the wealthy. You just need to ask smarter questions. Will it bring real value? Does it help or complicate my life? In the end, the goal isn't to look rich. It's to be free. And freedom begins with the choices you don't make. Want more stealth wealth insights and downsizing to save money tips? Hit subscribe and tap the bell. We post daily frugal living secrets you won't hear anywhere else.